Hey YouTube, it's Penny. On October 27th, I had a vision of a group of people who were being interviewed about strange things that were happening on the earth. And somebody was speculating that they were caused by aliens. And she said, well, I think anything's possible. Like that's, really a stretch. So for those of you who may not understand, aliens and how they've been portrayed in our culture are actually demonic entities. So a lot of the things that will be coming upon the earth will be a result of these demonic entities. So on October 30th, I had a vision of a detailed schematic. It was this drawing, and it was some sort of next generation aircraft. David was explaining that there was a space in the back of the aircraft where nothing could fly behind it. Kind of like a jet stream or something. Anyway, he said that area was called its Stargate. On November 6th, I dreamt there was a dead fly in my shoe. It looked like it had been dead for quite a while, as it was beginning to, decompose. As I turned my shoe upside down to shake it out, more dead flies fell out. I looked under the insole of my shoe, and it was full of dead flies. So on November 12th, I had another dream about flies. This time they were in the bathroom. I thought they were dead, but they weren't. They started flying around, and I was swatting them with a towel, and I woke up to a physical manifestation of flies. I actually saw them with my waking eyes. On December 4th, I had yet another dream about flies. So I've been stalling on this for a while, obviously, and the Lord is pressing me with these dreams about flies. So this time, I understood what was a fly larva or some sort of unhatched fly eggs, and they were in these little black pods, kind of like the size of about like an M&M and about that same shape. They were in a bowl of a light fixture that I had just removed from the ceiling. Again, I thought they were dead. I was in a school building of some sort and went to wash them down the drain in this, public bathroom. But as the water touched them, they became alive and started to multiply. And the eggs in the pod started to hatch and spread all over the bathroom floor. It was mortifying. So I ran out of the bathroom and next door into the school office to alert them to the fact that the whole school was about to be infested with flies. I was trying to get them to call the custodian to come and exterminate them, but nobody was listening to me. I finally found the head school secretary and insisted that she act immediately. Even though she heard me, she didn't share my sense of urgency, and she was taking her sweet time about reporting the problem to the custodian. I ran and hid myself in another bathroom down the hall. I closed and locked the door. And when I woke up, I heard the words, "The children of the rock will be abolished." So I had to get some help from a sister, the gift of interpretation, about these dreams. And basically, she confirmed my suspicions that these dreams about, dead flies are about the fallen angels and the offspring of the fallen angels, specifically the Nephilim. And, the fact that they were in my shoe, the shoe represents a means of travel. So she says their feet are shod in preparation of their arrival and their message of death and decay. She confirmed that flies are a clear reference to demons, and that I was shown a symbolic demon infestation. The term "the children of the rock will be abolished" means that this judgment is upon the wicked and rebellious. And there's another dream I need to share with you at this point. I'm gonna stop this and come back. Okay, I found it. On December 4th, I dreamt there was a basketball game going on, and a very tall, thin man wearing black pants and a white shirt walked up to the young man who was manning the ticket booth for the game. The tall man seemed to be not quite right, like something was wrong with him, like he was developmentally delayed or something, especially considering his size. He had brought his own basketball and bounced it against the wall over the young man's head. And then he ran out onto the basketball court where the game was in progress, and he did a layup and totally disrupted everything. At that point, the young man who was manning the ticket booth pressed a buzzer, kind of looked like a doorbell, next to this locked closet, and so it unlocked this closet. He opened up the closet and pulled out what he said was the secret for the gang's access code Bible. So that's the last thing I heard before I woke up, so I wrote it down. Okay, so back to the interpretation. These dreams are about mystery Babylon. So, and the secret rites that have to do with not only Freemasonry. There's this whole connection to the stone that the builders rejected, and that the fact that the Freemasons call themselves the builders, and it's also tied to Mormonism. I'm going to do another video on what the fathers revealed to me about Mormonism recently, but in the dream, this man was very tall, like a giant, right? And we know that the Nephilim were giants, and he was wearing black slacks and a white shirt, which is what the Mormons wear when they go out on their missions, door to door. So the secret Bible has to do with their secret rites and their secret religion. She also commented that she found it interesting that the gangs, and she said, remember, they are the good old boys club, meaning the Freemasons are comprised of policemen, firemen, lawyers, judges, doctors, etc., and they all stick together. They all have their own little secret language and signals and signs, aka the gang. And their Bible that was being taken out of the closet means that the Lord will begin revealing their secrets. So a lot of creepy stuff in here. It's all tied together. I want to end with a dream that I had of something of personal significance. I don't know what it was. Something that belonged to David. It physically transformed. It was made out of metal. So what I'm saying is, like, if it was supposed to go face this way, I saw it turn that way, like all by itself. Like one turn. I wanted to find out, oh, by the way, it went clockwise. I don't know if that makes a difference. I wanted to find out, what this was and why it had just happened. And I was searching for what I thought was a professor at a university who could answer my questions. And I was asking people who worked at the university to tell me where Rose's office was. When I finally found Rose, I discovered that she wasn't a professor at all. Rather, her desk was out in the open, like she worked in administration, like she was a secretary. So Rose told me that she couldn't talk about it there, meaning out in the open at the university. I understood that the day that this happened, when this metal thing shifted, happened on the first day of the age of Aquarius, which is interesting because I believe that date is December 21st. I looked up the meaning of the name Rose, and it means either a flower or a horse, as in Trojan horse, is what I'm thinking. So I know that there are a lot of people, really watching the date of December 21st. My 2 cents is that we may not see anything transpire in the physical that day. And people could be, could walk away from the whole thing going, wow, that was a lot of much ado about nothing, and you know, like another Y2K or something. However, I believe the Father's showing me that there will be something that happens that day, but it will be a shift in the spiritual realm. I believe that the reason that He's showing me stargates again is that something is going to be released in the spiritual that day, perhaps from the abyss, and that's what all these fly dreams are about, these fallen angels. So I think that we are on the precipice of something significant happening, and I'm not taking it lightly that the Mayan elders are going to be doing this huge creepy-deepy ceremony down at Chichen Itza on that day. I believe that they are calling up the locusts, the flies, the hordes, the demon hordes from the abyss, and we need to be covering ourselves in prayer on that day.